it with my hands.
Just put him down. As an athlete, what is your opinion on doctor-patient confidentiality?
As an athlete, I would like everything to be strictly confidential. But if I, per se, was a doctor and I had a patient that was being recruited by a university, per se, and I knew that the patient had multiple concussion symptoms, I would have to exercise my moral right to tell that coach what is the issue with that patient, because it could affect the patient's performance for the university.
From an athlete's perspective, how would you define doctor-patient confidentiality?
I would define it as like keeping your personal records separate from everyone else other than your doctor and yourself personally.
How important is this between you and your doctor, you and your coach, and you and your teammates?
I think you should be able to give permission to your coach in order to for him to know. So I think it's important, as long as it's important to keep it confident, but yet you can still let your coach know, or be able to still give him permission to do it. And same with your teammates, you should be able to allow the doctor to tell your teammates what's going on if you give them permission.
Many people today feel that the public, whether that's media, sports fans, or the general public, exploit injured athletes in their doctor-patient confidentiality. Would you agree with this, and how do you feel about this?
I would agree with it. I feel like at the professional level, though, they are getting paid millions of dollars, and they are in the spotlight, and they agree to that going into their contracts. So I feel like through social media, it is all right, as long as you're publicly not trying to hurt them. But as far as college athletes, I don't think that is right.
From a coach's perspective, how important is doctor-patient confidentiality among your players?
That confidentiality is very important as far as I'm concerned, simply because I want the players to be able to have their own private moments with the doctor. Anything that is injury related that I need to know about, I will. But as far as personal things that are going on, that confidentiality I truly believe in, and feel that I would love for my players to be able to be as upfront and honest with the doctors as possible. So the more they know and the more that they can treat and help them, that's better. Those things I don't really need to know about, but what I do need to know about is anything that's basketball related, injury related, or can hurt the student athlete in the future.
When it comes to recruiting, do you feel that you, the coach, deserve the right to know if a player's had past injuries and what those injuries might have been?
Absolutely. I don't sign a player unless I know what their history is. And as far as injuries go, because I'm making an investment, a financial investment in them, so I need to know how healthy they're going to be, what their history has been in the past, and I make decisions based upon knowing what their injuries are in the past. It's part of my questionnaire that I put out, asking them about previous injuries, and if I ever see them on film wearing a sleeve or a brace, I always question that. I'm currently in the process of doing that right now. So I'm very one of those coaches that it's very important to know what the history is on injuries, and then allowing me to make that decision as to if it'll be a good fit and if they'll do well here.
Yes.
As athletes, how do you feel about doctor-patient confidentiality?
No, something that's important to us. We don't want doctor going and telling everything that's wrong with us. I think it's important for our privacy to be accepted.
And everyone else?
I agree with it. I concur.
So if you were to wrestle someone who had a skin disease or a blood disease, would you want to know?
Hell yes. That is something that I would like to know.
Baker?
If he had AIDS, I would not want to know. That's scary.
I'm here with Mr. Pepper Shorts, a world-class bowler. And Mr. Shorts, I heard you...
No, cut that, Mr. Pepper.
Pepper. I heard you had a bad experience with doctor-patient confidentiality.
Yep, that's right.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yep.
What happened, if you don't mind?
Oh, well, see, I am the best bowler there ever was. Ever will be. Never, anybody's ever heard of it. Best bowler. Best bowler in the world.
Really?
World class. 3-time junior world champion.
That's a pretty good resume.
See, I was getting recruited by all sorts of D1 schools.
We got Nebraska, of course, Notre Dame, and the Olympics. I was going to be in space, the first bowler to ever go to space. And then, daggone doctor went and blabbed his mouth about my concussions.
To who?
To the coach.
To the coaches.
And that spread. And guess what? Nobody wants a bowler with who's concussion prone.
Concussions in bowling?
Yes. See,
Right.
Thailand is where real bowling challenges are. If you want to be a bowler, you go to Thailand.
And
They know how to bowl in Thailand. There's no rules. There ain't no rules there in Thailand.
There's no rules in Thailand.
No rules. One of them little guy took a stray ball, straight 8-pounder right to the back of the head. Went down. I ain't been the same since I got this twitch. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did.
When
At first,
walked
I
in-
didn't.
When I walked
I didn't
in,
want to offend
my
you.
arm, it spreads.
Mr. Shorts, it was great
No,
doing the Pepper. It was great.
My friends call me Pepper.
It was great doing the interview with you. Thank you.